Never ask these stupid sales questions. There's a lot of sales training videos out there and books, and I don't know what's wrong with the vast majority of them, but it seems to me like most of these sales trainers have never sold a single thing in their life. They'll say things in their cold email scripts like, "Can you forward me to the correct person?" Or ask these questions that I'm about to talk about in a second, and it's just very clear that they don't know what they're doing. And is it because anybody can write a book? If that's the case, maybe I should write a book. What do you think? You want to see a sales book from me and maybe my co-founder Robert Indries? Let me know down below. Let's talk about these stupid sales questions. This video is brought to you by Email 10K. Learn how to book meetings with billion-dollar brands and take your company to the next level at email10k.com. Question number 1. Are you the decision maker? You should know if they're the decision maker. You want to know an easy way to know? You take their name, you pop it into LinkedIn, and you see what their title is. If they're the chief marketing officer at a company that has over 100 employees, they're the decision maker. You don't have to worry. If they're the junior marketing manager, they're not the decision maker. This isn't a question you have to ask. This question should be asked in your research, not on the call. And that's why this is a stupid question. Question number 2, what's more important to you, price or quality? I don't love this question because it's not asking anything related to things that matter. The most important thing, I don't know why I said it like that, the most important thing on your calls is, do you understand what the customer needs? And then if you understand that, do you have the solution? And are you communicating that solution in the right way? It should not come down to price at all. You should be talking mostly about the solution and their issues. And then at the end of it, they need to be so sold on you that price doesn't matter. So for instance, if you were actually convinced that Email 10K would help you start a business and make $10,000 this month, you would pay $5,000, $6,000 for it. The reason why you haven't is because you're not really convinced. If you're talking to a customer and you're pitching them on your lead gen service and you say it's $5,000 a month for 20 meetings, if they don't love that, you haven't done a good enough job of convincing them that they're gonna get the meetings or that the meetings are gonna be of quality. So it doesn't come down to price versus quality. It all comes down to, do they trust you or not to deliver? Because if they trusted you to deliver, they would pay any price to work with you. Would you like a proposal or quote? The reason why this one is so bad is because you need to follow a sales process. You're not asking, would you like a proposal or quote? Because you know the process. The process is, you go through a discovery call. Ideally, you're following the questions. We have all these discovery questions for free down below you can grab. So you're going through these questions and you're diagnosing them like a doctor. Then at the end of the call, you will gut check them on price. You're gonna give them a quote. So typically projects like this cost between $4,000 and $6,000 a month. Does that sound right from your end? And they'll say yes, or they'll say no, and you can go back and forth on price then. Then you say, okay, let me put a proposal together. Let's schedule a call for next week to go through it. That's the process. The process is not to ask, would you like a proposal or quote? Follow your own process. You set the entire sales flow up. That's on you, it's not on the customer. And that actually brings us to our next question. Would you like a presentation? The reason why this is bad is, again, because you need to be following your own sales process. If you're giving a presentation, give a presentation. And instead of phrasing this as a question, if giving a presentation is part of your sales process, you would instead say, all right, let me show you something. And then you do a screen share and you show it to them. So you can see so far these questions fall into a few buckets. It's either lack of preparation or lack of confidence in your own sales process. And lack of preparation also comes into play on our next question. Who is your competition? If you're talking to somebody and you don't know who their competitors are, you haven't done enough research on this call. You need to know where they stand in the market, and actually you should be at a point where you can guess all of their issues. So yes, I say that you're talking to them and you're diagnosing them like a doctor, but you're not diagnosing them like an intern that's never seen a disease before. You're diagnosing them more like a cancer specialist. Somebody comes to you because they have an issue. They have an issue generating leads, or they have an issue with SEO or whatever. And then you ask them specific questions about SEO, and you, based on your expertise, are able to give them a solid answer to their issues. So you don't need to ask who their competition is because you know what's going on in the market already. That's why that's a stupid question. Because if you don't know what's going on in the market, that is something that you can learn on your own via Google and is not something that you need to ask your customers. The last one is, can you tell me about your business? What you need to know is, from your point of view as a sales guy, yes, you're sitting there in your desk and you're making calls and you're on Skype. But your customer has lived an entire life up to this point. They are thinking about their business every second of every day. Like for me, I'm running the YouTube channel. If somebody doesn't know that we have a YouTube channel and they say, can you tell me about your business? I'm not gonna answer, first of all, but if I do answer, I'm not gonna listen to anything they say after that because they obviously can't even put in that tiny bit of research. They can't open Google and search my name and just not even open the articles, but see what comes up. Come on, if you can't put in that little bit of work up front, I can tell that the salesperson doesn't care. And if they don't even care when they're trying to get the job, why would they care after you're paid? The last time I did a deal, which was a couple days ago, somebody was like, hey, can you help me improve the marketing of our website? And I looked at the website and instantly I had 5,000 recommendations. And so I just texted him like 3 or 4 of them and he closed right there on the spot. I had 1 million more. But if you care about what you're doing, you're not gonna be able to help yourself. You're gonna be spewing out recommendations like crazy. If you're a web designer and you see a website that's poorly designed and you have a couple fixes, you're gonna throw those fixes out. You're not gonna hold them all back. You're gonna lay them out. And if you can't do that, then you're not skilled enough. You need to train some more. And if you don't do that, it seems like you're not skilled enough. So don't ask, can you tell me about your business? You should already know about the business. And if you do wanna ask a similar question, you could say something like, I know you guys are in the lead gen space. I'm trying to get a handle on how big you are though, because I can't really figure it out. I've done a bunch of research, but I can't really figure this out. Are you at a $5 million revenue level, or what revenue are you at right now? And you can get an idea of where they are as a company, and they'll actually answer you because of the way that you started that question. You started it by letting them know that you were doing research and that you care about them. This video is brought to you by Email 10K. Hey, are you still thinking about investing in Facebook or Google ads to grow your business? Well, I just did, and it took me $10,000 to break even. So unless you have that to drop before you see any results at all, I highly recommend you look into cold email because it's a better and cheaper way to kickstart your business. And honestly, I wish I would have invested the 10K in cold email. I would have seen a much bigger return and have in the past. Hop in Email 10K and watch the free presentation. So those are the stupid sales questions you should never use. Let me know if you found that valuable. Leave a comment down below. What was your favorite one? Smash that like button to encourage this type of content. If you want sales training, you want to grow your business, check out email10k.com. Subscribe for more content like this, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching. I'm Alex Berman.